Well, here we are. We're back with another teen-tested craft, and this one goes perfectly with our summer reading animal theme, Tails and Tales, because we are going to be making something fun for your furry friend. So we're going to be making some denim dog toys, and if you don't have a dog, that's okay. Kendall has 6.
I'll just have all the dogs for you.
Yes, and then I have 2 dogs. What are your dogs' names?
Okay, so we have Jiminy, Beauty, Navi, Kikwi, Cinder, and Ella.
Okay, I've got Jack and Nick. You've got really fancy names for yours. So, do you feel like your dogs would have a fun time playing with something like this? This is recycled denim, and we're going to show you several different designs. Candle has made this one here, and so these are things that should be safe for you to use to play with your dogs because they're made out of recycled denim, which is pretty tough. And I think you're going to enjoy this craft. Make one, make them all. In your teen craft kit, we're going to send home a pair of jeans, recycled or some other recycled denim for you to use, and try this out in case you don't have a pair of jeans that you want to cut up. So otherwise, if you do have some old jeans, you could use that too. So let's get started with our denim dog crafts and see how they go.
Yep.
All right, so Candle's going to go around to the webcam side. Oh, we just knocked our light off here. I'm going to make myself a little smaller so you can see what she's doing.
Does everything look okay there?
I think it does.
Okay. And then here are the different dog toys. So I have some leftover jeans from when I made these. And then I also have a fresh pair of jeans for the rest of the crafts because I know that...
Oh, so what you're saying is you might be able to get more than one toy out of one pair of jeans.
Yeah, this one, like, I had all of this and then some left over from that. And then there were some other smaller pieces that could be used for other things as well.
Okay.
Probably. That you
Just depends on how big you make the toy, too.
Yeah. So... I'm just going to set that aside, and we're going to start with probably the simplest craft to make. This is a denim waistband pull toy. And so what I did is I cut off the waistband of the pair of jeans. And then after I had the whole waistband cut off, I cut off any buttons, anything like that could fall off and get choked.
Did you remove the belt loops, too?
Yeah, I removed the belt loops, too, because they end up... attached to the waistband and the jeans, and if they fall off, then it's
that could be a choking. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to use our fabric scissors today because fabric scissors, as we know,
are our friends.
They are just for cutting fabric. They're not special fancy scissors. They're just scissors that we reserve for cutting fabric because paper makes scissors so dull you'll have a hard time cutting with them. So if you do happen to have a pair of fabric scissors, use those so that when you use dull knives and dull scissors, you can actually end up hurting yourself because you're having to press so hard or press so hard. Okay, so do you have any trouble getting around the pants? Is there any issues with that? Or
I would just say around the thicker parts where there's stitching, you'll want to be careful and not press on your scissors too much and just kind of
take it slow.
Take it slow, yeah.
Now, is there any issues with the zipper, or does that not really come into play? I was kind of wondering about that.
What I did to avoid the zipper is, after I get that cut off, I just kind of went right above where the top little notch of the zipper is.
Oh,
and that way
so you just went right around it.
Entirely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you go around, you can... as you get near the belt loops, just kind of go underneath them at first. Okay. And then go back and go right below them and just kind of...
So separate them from the jeans. Okay.
Separate them from the jeans.
And then later you're going to go and cut them off of the actual waistband.
Yeah.
Okay, this makes sense. So we're basically deconstructing a pair of jeans here to get started.
Mm-hmm.
And what are some places we could find some jeans other than our craft bag if we want to make a whole bunch of these? I guess you could maybe try a thrift store and see if there's some jeans or a garage sale. There might be somebody in your family who's getting rid of some jeans, cleaning out their closet. Denim is a great fabric to use for this because it's very thick and sturdy. So that's one reason why it's hard to cut, but it's also a reason why it's sturdy and good for this project when you're going to be using it for dog toys.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not fabric that'll easily break when your dog goes and chews on it.
Right, so it'll make a good sturdy dog toy. And as you can see, the ones that we're offering here today, they're not super large or anything, but I think dogs of different sizes could have fun with them.
Yeah, and it also depends on the size of the jeans. These are some children's size jeans, and so it's going to end up with some
A smaller toy.
Yeah,
right,
smaller
for
toys.
sure. So if you use adult size jeans or teen jeans,
Teen jeans.
if that's a thing, you know, you'll have a longer leg and more denim to work with. So
I'm just going to set that aside, and you see that we have the waistband here. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to cut out this part. You can do this either by like actually cutting around it, or you can just cut off right at the end.
cut off a couple inches
Yeah.
there at the end. Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably the easiest, huh?
Yeah.
Well, easy is a relative term when you're cutting through layers of denim.
Yeah, and you can see how thick that was too.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you're using fabric scissors especially, be careful because you don't want to break your only pair.
Right.
And then there's also these buttons and waistbands right here.
Move over. Yeah, there. Okay.
There's also some buttons and waistbands that you'll find a lot in kids' jeans, and you can just cut right along the edge of there. That could probably stay on there, I think, and that would be okay. But you'll unbutton the little part there and try and pull the waistband through, just so you can get rid of that, because it is a loose.
That must be the kind that you can kind of adjust the waistband
Yeah.
size as the child gets bigger.
Yeah, you can pull that right out
Oh, okay.
like
Woo.
that.
Snapperoo.
And then you can go and remove the other buttons that are on here.
So in this case, you're not going to cut that off. You're just going to get the button off of there.
Yeah, because it's just tied on by some fabric.
Oh, with some thread?
Yeah, some
Okay.
thread. And you can just pop that right off.
Okay.
And you'll just do the same on the other side. And this is only when applicable. Like, not all jeans are going to have that. Kids' jeans especially have it, but not
Yeah, that makes
adult.
sense.
Not many adult jeans have that.
So now we're going to remove the belt loops.
And I'm just going to do that by cutting right along where they meet the jean. And so I'll leave it like that.
Okay, that looks good. I want to be careful how you're pointing the scissors too. It's good to point it away from you. If
Yeah.
You can remember to do that. Because sometimes when we're using tools, they can slip and we don't want them to
Just
hurt
kind of line
ourselves.
it up and then
Yes.
adjust it later, like that.
You're going to get a workout from this, regardless
Yeah.
of what kind of scissors you're using.
It takes a bit of strength to go and get that cut through that. So
It's a lot of layers. But that's why it makes a good dog toy, because it's pretty tough.
Yep.
And if you've got jeans laying around, you might as well. I mean, do something with them. Unless you can pass them along to someone who needs them.
And there we go.
There's a nice waistband. Okay.
So this one looks like it's even a bit longer than what this one ended up being. But what I liked, you could leave it just like this and your dog could play with it. Or what I like doing is creating little knots along the length of the waistband so that your dog has and yourself have a bit more of something to grab onto. And you could play
Tug of war.
Yeah, tug of war, something like that, to have some fun with your dog.
Yes, and dogs love this kind of attention. They love to play and do tug of war. You're not in the screen at all.
Oh, yeah, I'm just pulling it and tightening
Yeah,
it.
that's
So
kind of hard to do that when you're not. So you're just going to put 3 in there all together. So that'll
Yeah.
be good.
And that each knot shortens it a bit. So depending on how many knots you put, it'll shorten it considerably. See, and when you remove the end a bit, it kind of makes it a bit slippery. So
Yeah.
Let me tighten that real quick.
Okay, she's like really getting her
Yeah.
workout here. Okay, so we got 3 knots just tied along the length there. That would make a great little tug toy for a dog.
And this one ended up being, this was different size jeans, so it ended up with a different length.
Different length, yeah. Okay.
And you're going to get denim everywhere.
Well, that's okay. We'll just clean it up when we're ready.
Not all crafts are super pristine and nice. So
That's true.
now that we have that one, I would recommend that you give it to your dog, play some tug of war, maybe like let them run around for it a bit. Yeah.
Great. Okay, what's next up?
Next, we're going to be making this donut toy out of
I'm
a
kind of
pant
curious
leg.
about that one.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a full pant leg for this one.
Oh, okay, so this is made out of a pant leg. All right, so we're going to deconstruct our jeans some more.
Yeah, and I'm just going to take it from about this part right here, right before it meets this inseam.
Okay.
Just going to cut right along straight here. And then you have the pant leg there.
So now you have one dog toy thing and a pair of pants for a pirate.
And then with this extra scrap of fabric, I'm going to go ahead and cut out some strips of this to make for the ties that go along here to secure it.
Okay.
So just some thin, about 1.5 inch wide
Don't cut
strips.
the one that's under it, too.
Yeah, I'm raising it up as I go.
Oh,
so.
okay. That would be something I would do.
Just gonna make about 1 or 2 of these so that
Okay.
when you go and do that, you can tie it together. Now, if you have ripped jeans with you, those I wouldn't recommend those as much because it reduces the amount of fabric that you get overall, and you may not be able to complete some of these other crafts like the pant leg one if it has rips in it.
That's true. You could probably use the waistband, but you might not be able to do some of these other ones.
Yeah.
So you've made a couple little strips out of another scrap.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this end of the pant leg and start rolling it. Depending on how thick you want it to be, that's how far down you'll bring that. And then you'll just kind of start rolling it along.
So like you're making a cuff over and over again.
Yeah.
So there's no stuffing in this toy. I thought there was stuffing because it felt so puffy.
Yeah, this one, it ends up being puffy because of just all the layers of denim that you get from it.
Oh, okay. So because my dogs, if I give them a toy with stuffing, you know what they do to it.
Yeah.
They're stuffing everywhere. It looks like it snowed in the living room. But that won't happen with this toy.
Yeah, this one will just end up unveiling the different layers. And now I'm just going to roll it around a bit to make sure that it's wide enough and that the fabric's going to stay.
Oh, okay. Can I get it straightened out?
Yeah. And then from there you have the general shape, and then you're just going to
So
take...
it's kind of like a donut shape.
Yeah, it's a donut shape, and you don't want to eat this donut, though, because your
No.
mouth will get filled with denim.
Yeah, no,
But-
not a good snack denim donut.
And I'm just going to take it and make a basic knot along there, and I'm going to tie it like a second time just to make sure that it stays secure.
Oh, it's pretty good.
And then on the opposite side, I'm going to do the same thing just so that all sides will be secured. And you could keep doing it around the side, but I think 2 is good.
2 is probably enough, yeah. And do you have to cut off the excess?
Yeah, I'd recommend it just so that the dogs don't take that part off and choke on it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And tighten. And then you have your little donut shape.
Okay, cool. That would be fun to throw and fetch and stuff like that. They would probably get a kick out of that.
Yeah, and I'm just going to go right along next to the little knots and cut off the excess.
And you know what? If it kind of got unraveled, I guess you could get some more stuff and tie it up again.
Yeah, you could always add other ties along the other sides as well.
Watch out for your artery.
I live on the edge.
I guess you do.
And then you have just your little donut toy.
Okay, that is super cool. I love that. That turned out great. Teen craft, teen tested craft. And when I say teen tested, I am not kidding you. We really tested these crafts. And do you feel like you're a good tester?
I mean,
Did you learn anything from trying them?
yeah, I learned a lot more about like what kind of things actually work when you look at a craft instructions and say like, oh, this is how you make this, and then you go and actually do it, and it's like,
That did not
well,
work.
that doesn't work as well, especially for the age range that some of them are suggesting for. You need to really kind of learn more about what exactly the skills are required to go and complete those things, and if they're actually relevant to what a teen might be learning or a teen might be doing every day.
Now, one thing I would like to point out is we have a lot of DIY books in the teen section and the children's section. And if you'd like to go at a little bit slower pace or get more deeply into a certain topic, using a book can be a big help. I mean, internet videos are great too, but sometimes you need to slow down and get more details. So these are available for you too, whether you want to do photography, drawing, more sewing projects, like some of the ones we've done here this summer. So there's lots of stuff to do, so don't forget about our great DIY book collection. All right, so that is it for today, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching with us. Bye-bye.